Then today I am going to discuss pedigree analysis and autosomal recessive disease. What is pedigree analysis? Pedigree analysis is a process or a study of inheritance of genetic trait in several generations of a family. So if we have to find out genetic trait, mostly we use pedigree analysis. So pedigree analysis is a strong tool that helps us to understand human genetics, to trace inheritance of a specific trait or abnormality or diseases. Pedigree analysis of inheritance of a trait is represented in a family tree, and it also helps in genetic counseling to avoid genetic disorders. So this is very important to understand, and there are some symbols are used to show pedigree analysis. For male we use a square shaped structure, female circle, and all of you know about that in beetle like a structure, that is pan ke patte, sex unspecified. If person is affected, then we have to color it. Matching, so by a straight line, matching between the relatives to a straight line, parents above and children below, always we have to show. And when we have to show children in order of birth, left to right, so first birth is left and second birth is in right side. Parents with male child affected with disease, again like this. Identical twins, that means both are girl child, so that is identical, and if one is boy and one is girl, then it is non-identical twins. So it is important to learn what symbol we have to use in pedigree analysis. All of you try and do practice for this. Now there are some genetic disorder that is related with our chromosome as well chromosome. So there are two types of genetic disorder generally we consider: Mendelian disorder and chromosomal disorder. As you know, there are 23 pair chromosome present in human being, in which 22 pairs are responsible for other behavior and known as autosomal chromosome, and one pair that is responsible for the sex and differ male from female is known as sex chromosome. In male that is XX, and in female XY chromosome. So chromosomal disorder again classified into two types: autosomal disorder and sex-linked disorder. If you talk about the autosomal disorder and sex-linked disorder, both may be dominant and may be recessive. In class 12 syllabus, we have not to study about the dominant disease, only we have to study about the autosomal recessive disease and sex-linked recessive disease. So now as we talk about the Mendelian disorder, what is it? Mendelian disorder are mainly determined by alteration. Alteration means change or mutation in the single gene. That means maybe delete, maybe substitute, maybe point, and maybe any cause if there is mutation takes place in the single gene. And in Mendelian disorder, this is very important to see, it obeys Mendelian inheritance principle. At the time of transmission of from one generation to other generation. So Mendelian disorder obey principles of inheritance when gene transfer from parent to next generation. Mendelian disorder traced in a family only by pedigree analysis method, not by using Mendel's checkboard, or you can say that Punnett square method For example, what are the Mendelian disorders? Sometimes question is given as what is Mendelian disorder. So remember that Mendelian disorder is determined by alteration or mutation in the single gene, and it obey principles of inheritance. Example, hemophilia, color blindness, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, thalassemia, etc. So now this is important, that what is dominant or recessive. As you know, dominant means the disease that is appear in first trait. So pedigree analysis trait may link to sex chromosome. Example is hemophilia. So hemophilia is an example of X-linked but recessive trait that transmit from the female to male progeny. And second example, that is sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is actually autosomal linked recessive trait. Autosomal linked recessive trait means that is related with the 22 pair of the chromosome. It transmits from parent. Both partners are carrier or heterozygous in nature. So RBC structure is actually controlled by a single pair of allele, that is known as hemoglobin A and hemoglobin S. So if hemoglobin A and hemoglobin S means sickle cell anemia, the gene that carry sickle cell. So homozygous individual of HBS, that means homozygous means HBS, that means hemoglobin that is linked with sickle cell anemia gene is affected. And if it is heterozygous individual, that means HBA, that is normal, and HBS, that is affected gene. So heterozygous individual in sickle cell anemia is unaffected, but carrier but they are carrier. So homozygous individuals, HBS is actually disease person, whereas heterozygous individual is unaffected but carrier of the disease. Defect is due to substitution of glutamatic acid. What happened in this? In NCERT book, one diagram is given as, you try to see for normal hemoglobin, as you know, the structure is biconcave surface and messenger RNA is produced, that is GAG. In normally it produces glutamatic acid. Glutamic acid is actually helps to retain the structure of the RBC that has biconcave structure. But if the gene is mutate, like this, you can see here, glutamatic acid instead of GAG, messenger RNA produce GUG. Here DNA sequence is given, but messenger RNA that is produced, that helps in the formation of amino acid is GUG. As a result, what happened? Valine is formed. So instead of glutamic acid, valine is formed, and that is mutate gene. So what happened in this case? Defect is due to substitution of glutamic acid by valine at the 6th position, 6th codon of beta globin gene from GAG to GUG. So here this is the 6th position of the chromosome. So what happened here? Hemoglobin is mutate and results polymerization under low oxygen tension. It cannot hold amount of the oxygen, proper amount of the oxygen, and under low oxygen it polymerize and oxygen tension creates, and it causes change in the shape of RBC from biconcave to sickle cell like structure. So this defect is controlled by single pair of allele HBA and HBS, and both parents have to be carrier to get the digit. So this is this is the normal sickle cell, normal blood cell that appear as biconcave surface, and sickle cell, that means the structure of the RBC is changed into the sickle like. So this is actually related with the property of the RBC, that is qualitative property of the RBC. So here there is some example you can see and try to understand how we can find out the sickle cell anemia. In this example, you are able to see in first diagram, father with trait and mother is normal. That means father is, and children, both of the girl is affected, whereas 2 is normal. So what does it mean? Definitely it is related with the autosome. Father with trait, mother with trait. In second condition, you are able to see 2 children are here. Trait is appear, one is normal and one is affected. So if this is not related with the sex of the person, that is male and female, it affects equally male and female, then such type of diseases are known as autosomal. So in this picture, you one by one try to understand how disease is transferred from parent to other parent, then it will be clear that it is related with the autosomal. But it is a recessive disease. If it is dominant, that means it will appear in every generation. This is also related with that sickle cell anemia trait, in which you are observing different types of trait how appear. I have tried to show you, and there are some CBSE questions, so try to solve all these questions in homework. And phenylketonuria, as I told you in previous classes, this is also an example of pleiotropic gene, but it is also autosomal recessive disease. What is this? This is the story of the first person in which this disease was detected. So try to read this story of the Sedalia in USA, how she was suffering from the disease. Phenylketonuria is also known as PKU. This is inborn error of metabolism inherited as autosomal recessive trait, as I told you initially. Actually, what happens in this disease? Affected individual lack enzymes that converts amino acid phenylalanine to tyrosine. So the amino acid phenylalanine has to be converted into tyrosine. But what happens in this? Phenylalanine accumulates and start to convert in phenylpyruvic acid and other derivatives, and accumulates in the brain and causes mental retardedness. It also causes excreted in urine, poor absorption by kidney. So these are the symptoms. What happened? Phenylalanine actually convert into the tyrosine, but due to disturbance in the gene, mutation of the gene, what happens? Phenylalanine instead of tyrosine starts to produce phenylpyruvic acid and their derivatives and accumulates in the brain and causes mental retardedness. So this is an important question. Generally question is given as phenylketonuria is pleiotropic or not. So this is an example of pleiotropic gene also. One gene more effect. Try to remember that. If one gene and that has more effect is known as pleiotropic gene. Second, it is related with the autosome, so it is known as autosomal disease, and it is also a kind of recessive disease. That means it is not seen in every generation. So actually this disease is related with the chromosome number 12, and chromosome number 12 means that is also autosome. Inborn error in metabolism, as I told you, phenylalanine convert to tyrosine does not occur. Why? Because of the phenylalanine hydrogenase enzyme deficient in their amount and causes change in the phenylalanine to pyruvic acid, phenylpyruvic acid, that accumulates in the brain and causes mental retardedness. So there are some PAH enzyme is phenylalanine hydrogenase enzyme and causes, so toxic level of phenylalanine increases and it causes different types of ailments. In every 10,000 birth, 10,000 to 20,000 birth, one person is suffering from phenylketonuria, and it causes mental retardation. Detected early also causes fair skin. What is defect? Phenylalanine hydroxylase. Defects in liver and kidney also. Increased amount of keto acids such as phenylpyruvic acid in the brain. And here you try to see what happened in this disease. If the father is carrier, mother is not carrier, and both of the son is carrier, daughter is not carrier. Here in second, father mother both are carrier, 25% son is suffering from disease, 50% is not suffering from the disease, and 25% again non-carrier. So what happened in this? Actually phenylpyruvic acid accumulates in the brain. Second disease is thalassemia, that is also autosomal recessive disease, and it transmits from parents to the offspring when the parents are unaffected carrier for the gene or heterozygous in nature. What you have to remember? This is autosome linked recessive blood disease, transmit from the parents to the offspring when both parents are carrier of this disease and but they are heterozygous in nature. So the defect could be due to either mutation, again remember that, or deletion, which ultimately results in reduced rate of synthesis of one of the globulin chain. So remember that hemoglobin is made up of heme plus globulin. Heme is iron, globulin is protein. So if there is iron deficiency, we say that this is in that case person is suffering from anemia, and we can control such type of situation by using food supplement. But if the globulin protein is reduced in their amount, then the anemia is known as pernicious anemia. Third, you have studied sickle cell anemia, in which what happened? Instead of glutamatic acid forms valine that changes the structure of RBC from biconcave to sickle cell. So here qualitative change takes place in the sickle cell anemia. But in case of thalassemia, alpha and beta chain that helps in the formation of globulin protein actually affected. So that alpha and beta chain of the globulin chain helps to form hemoglobin. This cause the formation of this cause the formation of abnormal hemoglobin molecules and results into anemia. That is also character of the disease. So what do you understand here? Number 1, anemia. Number 2, pernicious anemia. Number 3, sickle cell anemia. Number 4, you have studied thalassemia. Thalassemia also a type of, you can say that this is just like anemic condition. So it causes also anemic condition, loss of the blood, and it is a type of autosomal linked recessive disease. So in this, formation of abnormal hemoglobin molecules result into anemia, that is also cause of the character of the disease. So there are two types of thalassemia. Thalassemia classified according to the chain of the hemoglobin. First is known as alpha thalassemia. Alpha thalassemia helps in the production of globulin chain, and beta thalassemia helps to produce beta globulin chain. So alpha thalassemia is controlled by two closely linked gene, HbA1. What does it mean? HbA1 means Hb for hemoglobin and A for chain. So A for the chain, and just like HbA2, alpha 1, HbA1 means alpha 1, hemoglobin alpha 1, hemoglobin alpha 2, and both gene relies on the same position on chromosome, that is 16th number of chromosome. When it is mutate or deleted of or one or more of the four genes, what happens? It affects alpha chain, and as a result the less amount of alpha chain is produced and beta chain will be increased. So thalassemia, why beta thalassemia is controlled by single gene HBB? So it is actually present on the 11th chromosome of each parent. If it is mutate one or both of the gene, in this case what happen? The amount of beta chain is decreased and alpha chain increased. What does it mean in alpha thalassemia? Alpha chain is affected and the amount release is actually reduced, and in beta chain production will be increased. But in beta thalassemia what happened? The beta thalassemia, the amount decreased and alpha chain increased. So it disturbed the number of the alpha chain and beta chain in case of the alpha thalassemia and beta thalassemia respectively. So thalassemia that also causes anemia. Thalassemia is different from the sickle cell anemia. As I told you, thalassemia is related with the number of production of globulin protein, whereas sickle cell anemia is qualitative changes. That means the property of synthesizing incorrectly function of the globulin. What is thalassemia? Autosomal recessive disease. Both parents need to be an affected carrier. Cause, what is the cause? Mutation or deletion of the gene. Synthesis of alpha globulin chain. What is the consequence? Abnormal hemoglobin, that is very less amount of the hemoglobin is produced. So it is related with the quantitative defect and leading anemia. So this is the sketch to show the alpha thalassemia, how it transfer from parent to the offspring. Unaffected carrier father, unaffected carrier mother transfer it to their offspring. What is the differences between the thalassemia and iron deficient anemia? This is important question, so all of you note down all these processes. The main is thalassemia is hereditary. Iron deficiency anemia is not hereditary. Iron is present in the bone marrow, absent in the bone marrow. Microcytosis is very severe in case of the thalassemia. Microcytosis is mild or absent in the anemia. Basophilic stippling of red blood cell. Basophil spread in the blood plasma is common in thalassemia, whereas less frequent basophilic stippling of red blood cells in anemia. And in thalassemia does not respond to iron therapy, but in case of anemia, simple anemia respond to iron therapy. Difference between the sickle cell anemia and thalassemia, this is important question again. Thalassemia is caused by defect in the beta globulin chain controlling the production of beta globulin or alpha globulin chain of hemoglobin, It is a quantitative problem of synthesizing too few globulin molecules, whereas sickle cell anemia is caused by a defect in hemoglobin itself with the uh, presence of abnormal hemoglobin. Uh, it is a qualitative problem of synthesizing an incorrectly function of the globulin. Second, cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis also caused by recessive mutate allele on chromosome number 7. The gene produces a unique glycoprotein that leads to formation of mucus of high viscosity that accumulates in the lung, liver, pancreas, uterus and impairs their function. So cystic fibrosis, here given about the lung, how affected. Nowadays we are talking about the corona disease, in which the lung cells also affected, mostly alveoli is affected and mucus is actually deposited in our trachea and the lung. So that is not example of cystic fibrosis, but the main target of the coronavirus is our lung. And all these diseases that I have discussed are example of autosomal recessive disease. Thank you. In next session I will explain about the sex linked recessive disease, and all of you go through the topic and point out important terms and note down in the notebook. Thank you.